Beechnut, your late 1800s food packaging firm, manufactures peanut butter, mustard, and chewing gum. Bacon makes money, whereas chewing gum makes pennies. People love you because you're America's top producer of that sizzling, fat-streaked breakfast classic. Until the Industrial Age, when bacon and eggs fell out of favor. During the Industrial Revolution, when people moved from farming to office work, they stopped eating bacon and eggs for breakfast because it took too much time to cook bacon every day. Because of this change in lifestyle, bacon sales went down, which is a problem for your business, which is the main producer of bacon. What did you do? You reached out to Edward Bernays, the founder of propaganda. Bernays was known as an expert in mass psychology who could influence public behavior. You challenged Bernays to create a publicity campaign that would bring bacon and eggs back to the American breakfast table. Your firm desperately needed it because breakfast was your most profitable meal, and Americans enjoyed steak and potatoes for lunch and dinner, leaving little profit for lunch and supper. You wanted to get those oblivious consumers to eat mountains of bacon for breakfast. Little did you know that someone else was planning a breakfast propaganda campaign. This person didn't want a heavy breakfast like you did. The man promoted a cereal-based breakfast. His name, John H. Kellogg, the founder of Kellogg's. A fierce battle for the breakfast throne was about to begin, costing you your health and stomach. In the early 1900s, when America was doing well because of new things like electricity and refrigeration, a disease called dyspepsia spread because people stopped working on farms and instead went to work in offices. People in the office were feeling sick, sweating and having stomach pains, which was a serious health concern. Experts in health said that dyspepsia was caused by eating too much at breakfast. So people started eating lighter breakfasts. John H. Kellogg became a well-known person who suggested ways to solve this problem. John Kellogg, a Seventh-day Adventist since the age of 12, believed that improper behavior and overstimulation caused all human illnesses. Adventists recommended a bland diet of fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds to minimize overstimulation. John Kellogg believed that sex and masturbation were evil, and his healthy diet would suppress everyone's sexual urges. His solution? Cornflake cereal is the blandest, driest, most oppressive meal you could imagine. Yes, America's favorite breakfast item was created to kill your sex drive. Quite interesting. They want you numb and compliant. When we release our cereal video, subscribe. John H. Kellogg saw an opportunity when big breakfasts caused the dyspepsia pandemic. He wasted no time in promoting his roasted cornflakes as the new breakfast staple. He sponsored newspaper ads and made absurd health claims. Toasted cornflakes could quickly treat dyspepsia, cure constipation, treat headaches, enhance blood, and even help you slim down. Never mind that farmers used maize and scanned milk to fatten pigs. Nobody noticed that. It was a breakfast that was deemed safe for work. And when Kellogg's introduced cheerful characters to their cereal boxes, children begged on their knees for this new breakfast alternative. Originally designed for pigs, John H. Kellogg later declared, "Breakfast is the most important meal of the day." And he succeeded. People went crazy for cereal. This infuriated you, the CEO of Beechnut, the largest bacon manufacturer. You needed to convince Americans to stop worrying about trivial dyspepsia and start eating bacon again. A simple damn breakfast. But time was running out, so you turned to Edward Bernays, the father of propaganda. First, he asked a doctor at his marketing firm whether a big or light breakfast was healthier. Obviously, the doctor recommended a hearty breakfast for energy. Bernays liked the doctor's response. Next, Bernays hired the doctor to survey an additional 5,000 doctors, asking the same question: is a full or light breakfast healthier? It was a nearly flawless plan. Out of the 5,000 physicians, 4,500 preferred large breakfasts. Bernays took the statistics straight to the press and framed it as a scientific study on why Americans needed to eat a heavy breakfast of bacon and eggs, even though the doctor had never mentioned bacon and eggs specifically, only more food in general. But it worked. The headline, 4,500 physicians urge Americans to eat heavy breakfasts to improve their health was everywhere. Gradually, beech nut bacon sales started to rise. Bernays didn't stop there. In 1924, he organized a lavish White House breakfast celebration, serving pancakes, eggs, and bacon. If the rulers ate this, shouldn't the peasants? After a few years of strategic advertising, beech nut bacon sales went from tepid to sizzling. Cereal and the successful farm-style breakfast made a comeback. Both options were unhealthy for breakfast, but they made some people rich. There was more money to be made. Why is breakfast so easily manipulated by ads? Because mornings are the most profitable time. McDonald's, Taco Bell, and Burger King can make more money in the morning than at lunch or dinner. Just think about it. Lunch and dinner are more varied, with sandwiches and meat options, but breakfasts provide an opportunity to introduce something new and exciting to those who skip breakfast. That's why we see products like Pop-Tarts, toaster strudels, sugary cereals, McGriddle sandwiches, and MC breakfast. They're loaded with calories. And have you ever wondered why McDonald's always offers complimentary coffee? It's to entice customers to their delicious new breakfast concoctions. Between 2007 and 2012, breakfast sales in America rose by 4.8%, while lunch and dinner sales remain steady. It's a smart move because the morning rush is a prime time for fast food establishments to feed the many wage slaves between 6 and 9 a.m. These workers need to grab a bite before sitting at their desks. And what about introducing new breakfast items like the waffle taco at McDonald's? These fast food chains will even engage in mudslinging to win you over to their new breakfast offerings. They argue against government restrictions on sugar and preservatives in breakfast meals, just like Kellogg's did in the 1970s when Raisin Bran was removed from the WIC food voucher program due to its high sugar content. They'll do whatever it takes to remain on top of the breakfast game. Is it any wonder that Kellogg's wanted to make their cereal the hero of the breakfast table, or that beech nut used deceptive marketing to get their bacon back on your plate? Breakfast may be deemed the most important meal of the day, but do we really need to eat it? Breakfast customs were very different in different places and times in the past. The ancient Romans did intermittent fasting, which meant they only ate one big meal a day. In the Middle Ages, most poor people didn't have breakfast, while others often ate leftovers from the night before. Countries with different culinary traditions, like China, India, and Japan, eat rice and noodles for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Different cultures have done well without certain breakfast foods like cornflakes, so it's not true that they're necessary for a balanced diet. Marketing has the power to make people consume anything, even oat milk. Nowadays, many believe that oat milk is a healthy, plant-based alternative to dairy milk. But let's be honest, pure oats and water don't taste great. To make it palatable, harmful seed oils, glyphosate, and food additives are added. Researchers are predicting future bans on food additives. But hey, throw a catchy brand name like Oatly on the bottle and launch a brilliant contemporary advertising campaign, and no one will be the wiser. Even the commoners will fall in love with oat milk.